Tonight, trying to dry.
Pumps, generators for people with power out, shop vacs, brooms.
The efforts underway across the city to mop up after that brutal summer storm. Also tonight, seeds submerged.
You're going to see a lot of, crop damage, crops that unfortunately will not recover.
What the deluge means for Manitoba farmers after an already rocky start to the season. Plus, a major leak. How much raw sewage has been dumped into Winnipeg rivers over the past couple of days.
CTV News. Live from downtown Winnipeg with Taylor Brock.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Hendricks. Many Manitobans are still mopping up and filling out insurance claims tonight after heavy rain, hail, and wind caused widespread flooding. And while Manitoba Hydro is making good progress restoring power, thousands of customers have been in the dark since Tuesday. CTV's Joseph Bernacki has more on the city cleanup.
This was the scene Tuesday night in Andrew Van Segelin's basement. After finishing a shift at Bodego's restaurant downtown, he headed home to North Kildonan. As soon as he walked in, he knew something was wrong.
Little hairs stood up on the back of my neck, and I was like, I should probably go check out the basement. And I got to the top of the stairs, and my jaw hit the floor.
Water levels were rising out of control in his family home, and the new drywall and flooring he just put in was waterlogged and ruined.
There was about 6 to 8 inches of water, brown, dirty sewer water, and all of my stuff just floating around in the basement.
A water damage restoration company came out right away to help with initial cleanup, but it could be weeks before his insurance comes through.
The hurry up and wait, and waiting for a phone call, waiting for someone to come by, and it's starting to take a mental toll on myself and my wife.
And he's not the only one waiting for help. Over in Windsor Park, an entire street is in the dark. Josh Avanthe's power is still off after being knocked out by the storm.
Yeah, I've been without power for over 42 hours, and it's been my fridge is totally toast, and it's warm, and food has been a total loss.
Hydro crews have been here on Arundel Road working since Tuesday night. It's been hard to keep busy in the meantime with little light.
Don't really hear of this too often, especially in a big city like Winnipeg.
And some residents are trying to clean up on their own. Stores like Princess Auto are seeing gear flying off the shelves. Staff say customers have been taking advantage of their new 24-hour section.
It's been absolutely wild, and you think of all things water and cleanup is what we've been selling. Pumps, generators for people with power out, shop vacs, brooms, squeegees, everything to do with discharging water off their properties.
Joseph Bernacki, CTV News, Winnipeg.
Late this evening, Manitoba Hydro said it had restored power to all but 245 customers across the province, including roughly 100 here in Winnipeg. Now, some people have been without power for days, and it's raising questions about whether it's still safe to eat the food in your fridge and freezer.
Well, essentially, in the fridge, it's usually that if the power's off, we usually recommend 4 hours is the maximum.
Michael Eskin with the Department of Food and Human Nutritional Sciences says that especially applies to items such as meat, poultry, eggs, and vegetables, which have already been cut up, as well as dairy, including milk, yogurt, and soft cheeses. It also applies to anything containing those ingredients. Eskin says hard cheeses, butter, margarine, whole fruits and vegetables, condiments, and food which was cooked previously, like leftovers, will keep longer. And finally, if your freezer is full and you haven't been opening it, meat should keep anywhere between 24 and 48 hours, or even a bit longer.
Usually you can tell if the food is, if there's ice crystals and it's frozen, then it's essentially it hasn't thawed. That would be a problem. And if it's half frozen, if the freezer is half full, then usually say about 24 hours.
Again, Eskin says to check for ice crystals to make sure the food is safe, and be sure to cook any meat which is on the borderline at a high heat. Anything that smells off, has a slimy texture, or shows signs of mold should not be consumed. This storm could spell disaster for many farmers across the region.
I don't really think there's any crop that's going to survive being completely submerged for the extent of time that we've seen it.
Jake Eyre, the vice president of Keystone Agricultural Producers, is predicting widespread crop damage across the south central region. Farmers have already been battered this season by wet and cold conditions and a destructive dust storm. He says the question now is how long it will take for the water to recede. But even then, receding won't be a fast process.
It's, tough to say. Some of those regions that got that excessive rain, it won't be days, it'll be weeks, if not, unfortunately, longer until you can even walk in the field, let alone get a piece of equipment back in there.
Eyre says seeding was already about 25 to 30 percentage points behind average. The city has revealed that during the storm, a huge volume of untreated wastewater was released into Winnipeg rivers. Now, how much raw sewage was released? Well, according to the city, 6.8 megaliters of wastewater has spilled into Winnipeg rivers since Tuesday's storm. That's enough to fill the Pan Am pool nearly 3 times. The largest and longest spill happened at the Woodhaven pumping station on Assiniboine Avenue. The city says it never got a power failure alarm. And so, for roughly 19 hours, 2.6 megaliters of raw sewage was dumped into the water. The city says the incident has been reported to the province. Meantime, the Premier is activating emergency funds to help manage the unprecedented flooding.
We're not leaving anyone in Manitoba behind.
Wabka News says the province's financial disaster assistance program is now open to all Manitobans in need. It's in response to the severe flooding in areas such as Swan River, Minitonas, and the Interlake. The money will be used to help with cleanup, recovery, and rebuilding.
If you look around, you know that this work isn't going to get finished in one day or 1 week. This is a lot of effort that's going to have to be concentrated to help people get back to normal.
People looking to access emergency funds are being asked to contact their municipal leaders or provincial officials. The province is taking another step to make hospitals feel more secure. It's adding First Nations safety officers at St. Anthony's General Hospital in the Pas, and it says more institutional safety officers are coming to Winnipeg hospitals. In a release, Health Minister Uzoma Azaguara says later this month, institutional safety officers will be deployed at Concordia Hospital. It isn't known how many officers will be there. However, Azaguara adds they'll be working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Now, in addition, ISOs will also be deployed to Seven Oaks Hospital by June 15th. The province says since 2024, more than 130 institutional safety officers have been deployed to hospitals across the province. The added security is something Manitoba nurses have been calling for. 3 hospitals across Manitoba have been greylisted by the union due to ongoing unsafe or inappropriate working conditions. The Homicide unit is investigating after a man died in the aftermath of an assault at a Winnipeg business. An employee confirmed it happened just outside Salter Market Convenience at the corner of Salter Street and Aberdeen Avenue. Police say the victim was approached by several people Monday night. We're told an argument broke out and he was assaulted with a weapon. The man was rushed to hospital in critical condition, but later died. He's been identified as 34-year-old Kyle Christopher Desjardins. Anyone with information is asked to call investigators or Crime Stoppers. Time now for our first check on the weather. In just 15 degrees, the barometer is rising, humidity at 91%. Now, overnight is going to get even a little cooler. Just 12 degrees and showers are possible. And your wake-up weather, 14 degrees and a small chance of showers.
These buildings are standing here, useless for nothing.
A new plan to tackle vacant homes. Will a cash grant from the city make a difference? The City of Winnipeg wants to offer a cash incentive to fix up vacant and derelict buildings. A new grant could be made available for owners and developers to repair these problem properties. CTV's Jeff Keel now on how much each applicant could land.
When Sarah Coates and Thunder go for their walk, they go by a lot of boarded up and fire-ravaged houses.
These buildings are standing here, useless for nothing.
Coates lives next door to one and says it's a magnet for crime.
It's been sitting there vacant for years. I chase away crackheads, meth heads, people who just want to pass out and drink there. I have a grandson who plays in my yard.
Now the city wants to offer a carrot in an attempt to bring some of these vacant and derelict buildings back to life. A new $3 million one-time grant program is being proposed as an enticement to rehab these properties. Owners, developers, and nonprofits would be eligible for up to $35,000 per housing unit they revive. Projects must have at least 4 units, which can be on multiple properties. They need to be affordable, and the property must be owned, leased, or purchased by the applicant. The hope is this could get between 100 and 150 housing units repaired.
It's a really good target. I mean, 100 new units of housing would obviously go a long way to provide more housing at a time when we need homes for people.
These types of properties have plagued many inner city and north end neighborhoods for years. The city says as of last September, there were 535 vacant buildings with active orders under the city's vacant building bylaw.
It's going to spread, and it is spreading.
Daryl Warren from the William White Neighborhood Association says $35,000 is a good incentive, but he'd like to see a funding program for single-family houses too.
There's a lot of one-lot places that can be addressed too.
Applicants can apply for the grants this summer, with awards expected this fall. Jeff Keel, CTV News, Winnipeg.
An isolated First Nation in northern Manitoba is declaring a state of emergency amid escalating violence and a growing addictions crisis. Sayasay Dene First Nation is a fly-in community located on Dooley Lake, more than 300 kilometers north of Thompson. The community of around 300 doesn't have a dedicated police presence, and is chief says an escalation of violence, drugs, and addictions in the past month have left the band and his council not feeling safe.
It's a safety issue for our members. It's also our right to have police protection and public safety.
You know, I've sat at every table and I've met with so many people reiterating the same story over and over and over again, and it just doesn't seem to be getting anywhere.
Chief and council are seeking stronger policing and screening measures to stop drugs from being brought into the community. They also want support for addictions treatment and mental health. RCMP tells CTV News they have been in regular contact with the First Nation to discuss the concerns. It's recently added additional officers to the Thompson Rural Detachment, which it says will allow the force to scale up patrols. Now that's expected to happen in the next few weeks. The Manitoba Museum has welcomed a historic gift into its collection.
The story begins here.
A ceremony marks the official transfer of the Hudson's Bay Company Royal Charter into the hands of Canadians. The 356-year-old document granted exclusive land, trading, and exploration rights over the entire Hudson Bay watershed, wrongly reflecting the belief the area was vacant. After being acquired by the Weston family and David Thompson last year, the charter was donated to a consortium which includes the Manitoba Museum. It plans to use the charter to spark conversations about our past and work towards reconciliation. A long overdue end for a Manitoba soldier, when the remains of the First World War soldier will be laid to rest. And we'll have your complete Skywatch forecast when we return. Welcome back. Our first two weather pictures take us out to Princess Auto Stadium. It was raining during the Bombers' home opener, and as you see in this picture from Jim, there was a pretty spectacular rainbow spotted by fans there. Janelle also captured the rainbow, and in this picture, you can see that it's actually a double rainbow. But it must have brought the team bad luck. They lost the game 37-27. Now, our final weather picture this evening is this incredible photo of the sunset taken by Irene. She tells us it was taken in northwest Winnipeg near Garden Grove School. You can send us your pictures to winnipegweather@ctv.ca. Well, after all the drama of the past few days, today was refreshingly quiet here in Winnipeg. Yes, we did have a little drizzle in the morning and again this afternoon, but no tornadoes or severe thunderstorms. However, there is still some dramatic weather to be found elsewhere in the province. As we go to the satellite map, take a look at northeastern Manitoba. Environment Canada has issued a rainfall warning covering places like Thompson, Island Lake, and Shamattawa. Now, these communities could see as much as 50 millimeters by tomorrow morning, and then by Sunday afternoon, an additional 20 to 30 millimeters may have fallen in these areas. That is a lot of rain. It's all from a low pressure system that is parked over the region, as you can see right now, and it is not moving at the moment. In fact, it won't budge for the next couple of days. Meanwhile, down here in the south, well, we can expect some more scattered showers even into the overnight hours. But again, it certainly will not be as dramatic as it's been over the past few days. Expect more showers until Saturday, but the good news is that things should begin to dry up by Sunday. And that's definitely something that I know a lot of us are looking forward to. For now, let's take a look at the current temperatures across the province. Twenty-four community centers are getting some help to make upgrades and improvements to their facilities.
Continuing to invest in these spaces so that future generations can enjoy them is what the Community Center Renovation Grant Program is all about.
The city-owned community centers will split renovation grants totaling just under $2 million. The facilities include Garden City, where the announcement was made this morning, along with Bordaire, St. Norbert, Greendale Park, and Robert A. Steen. Work includes everything from kitchen renovations and air conditioning to rink upgrades and flooring. The remains of a First World War soldier, which were recently identified as a man from Manitoba, will be laid to rest next month in France. Private Albert Henry Detmold will be buried by the North Saskatchewan Regiment on July 9th at the Luz British Cemetery in northern France. The Department of Defense says members of his family, along with representatives of the French and Canadian governments, will be there. Detmold was born in Germany before immigrating to a homestead near Roblin when he was 18 years old. He enlisted with the 107th Battalion and was reported killed in action on the first day of the Battle of Hill 70 in 1917. Private Detmold was 33 years old.
They will go around and eat all of the slugs and snails.
An unusual pest management approach, why a winery decided to put some ducks to work, and how it's all going. Animals have often played an important role in agriculture, but at a winery in Michigan, they're taking it to a whole new level. As Caitlin Devitt shows you, they've turned some ducks into full-time employees.
When enjoying a glass of wine, most people aren't thinking about the process to create the drink, and probably not the role ducks played in growing the grapes. Well, at Dunebird Winery, that's precisely the case.
And so now there are natural pest management. They will go around and eat all of the slugs and snails and little other bugs in the vineyards that could potentially eat the vines. And it makes them happy because it's their favorite form of nutrition.
Instead of relying on pesticides that could harm the environment, these ducks go to work.
Every day it would just be that they just run up here, they come spend their day out here in the vines, and then around 5 or 6 we just take them on home. They get some nice shade and some extra water, and then they just have a nice evening.
They're called Indian runner ducks, a special breed of flightless ducks bred to target insects that can damage crops. Meek says they got the idea from a vineyard in South Africa, and as far as they know, Dunebird is the only vineyard in the country using this technique.
These Indian runner ducks, are so herd mentality and community mentality, and I think that really blends into a lot of what we do here at Dunebird too.
The ducks are a part of the vineyard's Sustainability in Practice, or SIP, certification.
We don't use any Roundup or any other sprays like that in our vineyards here.
And according to a viticulture extension educator at the Michigan State University Extension, practices like these are especially important right here in Michigan.
If you reduce the pesticide consumption, automatically you will increase the sustainability in your vineyard, because we are very close to lake, and any runoff from pesticide can cause some significant environment challenge for us.
Besides their environmental and agricultural benefits, the ducks also keep Dune Bird true to their name, one quack at a time.
A Vancouver Island woman is chasing something. Not fame or fortune, but something far more elusive. And as CTV's Adam Sawatsky shows you, it's something far more rewarding.
Well, she has no map to point her in the right direction.
You never know where you're going to find them.
Although there's no X to mark the spot.
The thrill of the chase of, maybe when I get there I'm going to see something.
Noreen LaRue is on the hunt.
It's a little bit like searching for treasure.
But instead of gold or jewels or long-lost artifacts, Noreen is searching for something intangible. Something different than the demands of daily life.
It can get a little dogged. It can really bring you down.
So Noreen started searching for something to bring her up, which began by simply looking all around.
Focusing on the little things.
Like when she began today's hunt by walking down to the beach.
I came upon giant butterflies, and I thought, oh, those are pretty. I need to get a picture of that.
So she focused on the butterflies before capturing one of the creatures with her camera.
When you go out and you see wildlife unexpectedly, that's a surprise, and that's a really special, joyful moment.
While Noreen's amassed countless moments like these over the past 15 years of hunting for joy, nothing could compare to the bounty she began finding along the beach.
And they came so close to shore. I just made my whole day. I couldn't stop smiling, and I was so excited.
It turns out you don't need to dive down in search of sunken treasure when it just bursts up on its own to bequeath you with a wealth of wonder.
It's like a rush of endorphin when you get a close interaction with them. It just brings complete joy and happiness to me.
And instead of burying it in a chest, Noreen shares her treasure daily, because the source of the joy she's found is limitless.
You need to slow down sometimes, even when you feel like you can't. The slowing down really does rejuvenate you.
And it turns out enriches you in ways that are priceless. Adam Sawatsky, CTV News, Union Bay.
We are the only team from outside of Quebec to ever win the competition.
Serving up a trip to the championship, where this group of young chefs is headed after taking top spot at a major culinary competition. And we'll have your 7-day Skywatch forecast next.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by Essentique Spa Salon.
We're going to be getting a little bit more rain, probably all the way through to Saturday, but Sunday should be sunny. Students from Gordon Bell High School have cooked up a major accolade.
We did carrot puree, maple roast, asparagus with zucchinis, spinach pesto, then seared red snapper for both sides.
They were just crowned the grand winner of the Chef's Table Culinary Brigades in Montreal for the second year in a row. The high-level competition is intended to foster food autonomy, teach valuable life skills, and raise awareness about food-related issues facing youth. The 5 final teams had to prepare recipes using mystery ingredients and were judged on their technical skills. Despite those challenges, the Winnipeg-based team came out on top.
I think a big part of what makes the team work well together is just we're very dialed in on our teamwork. You know, lots of teams will be, you know, yelling and shouting and running around the kitchen. There's a lot to do in just that hour, especially when there's 5 people in a small kitchen. It's a lot to organize, but we've been working as a team for a long time, and we know each other fairly well, and we have a great formula.
Next, the students will be heading to France for the International Culinary Brigades Final. They'll be facing off the home country's championship team. The action kicks off June 17th and runs through to the 21st. Wish them all the best. And that's going to do it for us. For another look at tonight's stories, visit us online at ctvnewswinnipeg.ca.